All right, guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Frank, your resident affiliate expert. And today, I want to talk to you about the 3 things that you need to be focusing on before creating any affiliate program. This is a part 2 from last week's video where we talk about the 3 mistakes most affiliate programs make. So we're going to dive in a little bit deeper today on the strategies behind these 3 items and how to implement them now and not later. Now, if you guys enjoy my videos, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us in growing the channel, and we appreciate that support. Okay, let's go ahead and dive right on in, okay? So last week we talked about the 3 things, which was technology without strategy, outreach without management, and sales without conversions. So today we're gonna actually talk about the strategy, we're gonna talk about the management, and we're gonna talk about the conversions. So let's dive on in. So the first thing is strategy. What does that even mean? Well, based on your product, your service, or software, we have to first identify who is our best chance at success or our affiliate avatar, right? This is either the person who's going to use our product or they have access to the community of people who are our ideal customers, right? A lot of people use the cold prospect strategy, where they Google a business or Google certain keywords and then just hit a bunch of contact forms, send a bunch of DMs, and kind of do the shotgun approach, right? This is going to bring in your lowest quality of lead because not everybody is going to be a user and not everybody is going to have access to your avatar. So that in itself is going to disqualify them, okay? So cold prospecting is one strategy. It works. I'll put it in one bucket. The next one is influencers. Everybody wants the influencer who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. The problem is that most of these are becoming more and more protected, either by they have agencies brokering their opportunities. Maybe they need you to have a huge following before they'll even talk to you. But there's still a smaller subset of influencers that are great to work with, that are less, diluted by all of the clout chasing, which is all the subscribers and all the views and all these things. You can start small and still generate some good referrals, right? So are you trying to go after influencers? How about existing buyers? Have you considered empowering them to be affiliates? Or have you looked into partnering with certain software companies so as they continue to grow their user base and they can implant your product at a very strategic point of the sale, and that way you can kind of borrow their traction? Or maybe coaching brands. Maybe you're a more sophisticated product and need investors or need people who are doing the business at somewhat at a medium to high level and are not beginners, right? Based on what direction you want to take, some of these aren't going to be worth your time, right? If I have a sophisticated product, then I'm not going to cold prospect as much because it's just not going to bring me a lot of the right leads. And it's still going to take me the same amount of time to process a lot of them, to have these conversations. And again, this is where I was saying, this is where a lot of the time and resources are wasted. So it's important to identify who are we going after, what do they need, and then the strategies that all kind of encompass supporting them, okay? The next thing is management. This is a big missing component. I asked a lot about who are your affiliate managers. Most of the time, it's the business owner raising their hands. If that's you, you need to be getting out of this seat. This is a sales and biz dev role, okay? This is way below your pay grade, and there are plenty of people who would love the opportunity to take this on, okay? So management is all about outreach cadence, right? The number of monthly touch points, building an actual relationship with your best partners, okay? This also requires them to learn your product, service, or software at a very deep level so they can train your community, launch your community, and even coordinate product launches, right? Where you're doing kind of cool prizes or different commission rates. These are things that we actually help our clients with all the time. It's really quite simple once you understand the psychology of this approach, right? But management is super key here in order to maintain engagement, okay, is directly correlated to that. And it requires this person as a full-time job to really take maximum ownership of this, okay? And lastly is conversions. Now, a lot of the times creating a webinar or an application, a VSL, a demo, a lot of time and effort goes into that. Many of us think, you know what, this is really good. We've generated a handful of sales, but The question you should be asking yourself is compared to what, right? Unless you understand, what the average conversion rate for an application to a high ticket or application to a sales call is, how do you know if it's good, bad, or you should be doing better? That same concept applies to webinars, VSLs, demos. That's actually the very, very, very first thing that we do with any client is we dive into their KPIs, their metrics. Many people are surprised that we do that. Well, Frank, don't you just make connections? Like, yes, I would love to make connections for you, especially with your ideal avatar. They're going to send you tons of leads. But the last thing that I want is for that relationship to die on the vine. I mean, they send you all of these leads and the conversions are nowhere close to what they could be. I talked to too many businesses where like, well, sales were good. We generated this. My number one question to follow, which everyone mostly hates to hear, is, but what could we have done if we did these things right beforehand, right? This helps pull them out of that honeymoon phase and realizing, okay, let's treat this like an actual business and figure out what things can we dial up, can we dial down, and make sure we create an overall above average baseline for our affiliates. Okay. Sometimes it's like, oh, we did 30% sales with it and we did it, but everybody else we work with is like 5% conversions. Well, I think you're going to have a conversion problem unless you can find more of these 30% people. That's the wrong way to look at conversions. Okay. Cold traffic versus warm traffic, paid traffic versus affiliate traffic. These all are going to be variables, and you have to be looking at this through a microscope to figure out what levers to pull in order to create the biggest output and the best types of customers coming in the door. Okay, so conversions are a big thing. We could spend a lot of time on that today, but I want to go ahead and save that for another video. These are the three things I think everybody needs to be spending a lot more time on is before launching anything is, what is our actual strategy? Who are we going after? Management. Who do we got in place to make sure these relationships as they come in the door are being taken care of? We're pouring into them and we're pulling out opportunities. And lastly is conversions. Are we wasting opportunities? If the answer is yes, slow down before you speed up. I say that all the time. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I don't want to go too much longer on this. If you guys enjoyed the content, maybe there's something you guys want me to go deeper on, be sure to comment below. Let me know your thoughts, and I'd be happy to get that implemented in future videos. Thank you guys so much for your support. I look forward to talking to you next week on our weekly, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.